Most people know Gordon Ramsay for his sharp tongue and fiery temper.
Where's the lobster? Where's the lobster? How can you get confused with a raw fucking grilled lobster?
But behind it all is a shrewd businessman who built one of the most valuable brands in food and television. As of 2025, Ramsay's estimated net worth is around $220 million, and he earns up to $60 million per year. Now, how did a kid from a humble background rise to worldwide fame and fortune? This is the inspirational story of how Gordon Ramsay built a culinary empire from nothing. Gordon Ramsay was born in 1966 in Johnstone, Scotland, and he did not come from wealth or privilege. By age 5, his family moved to England, settling in Stratford-upon-Avon, but life at home was rough. Ramsay's father was abusive, and the family moved constantly, so stability was hard to find. At just 16 years old, Gordon decided he'd had enough chaos and left home, never looking back. Originally, young Ramsay dreamed of becoming a professional soccer player. In fact, he was a promising athlete until a serious knee injury shattered that dream. It was a devastating setback for the teenager.
I got released on the back of an injury, smashed my cartilage, and then they said they'd keep an eye on me, but that's just a polite fuck off really, that's all.
That door slammed shut, he later said of the injury. But as fate would have it, another door opened. The kitchen door.
And had I not had the upset in football here with Ibrox, I don't think I'd be the chef I am today.
Determined to make something of himself, Ramsay enrolled in hotel management at a local college and started from the bottom in restaurant kitchens, one burnt finger at a time. In the late 1980s and early 90s, Ramsay embarked on a grueling journey to hone his craft. He sought out the best chefs in the world to train under, knowing that elite mentorship was the key to greatness. If you want to become a great chef, you have to work with great chefs, and that's exactly what I did, Ramsay has said. He apprenticed in some of Europe's toughest kitchens under culinary legends, Marco Pierre White, Albert Roux, Guy Savoy, and Joël Robuchon. The work was intense, long hours in brutal pressure cooker environments with impossibly high standards. His trial by fire would forge Ramsay's relentless perfectionism and iron determination. By his mid-20s, Gordon's talent was undeniable. He earned a spot as head chef at Aubergine in London in the early 90s, where he earned 2 Michelin stars and caught the attention of the culinary world. But Ramsay's ambitions went beyond working for others. He wanted to build something of his own. In 1998, at the age of 31, Gordon Ramsay took the biggest gamble of his life. He opened his very first restaurant, Restaurant Gordon Ramsay in Chelsea, London. It was a bold move for a young chef with limited means, essentially going all in on his dream. Failure would mean financial ruin and humiliation, but success could cement his legacy. Ramsay poured his heart, soul, and savings into that restaurant, determined to make it world-class. The risk paid off spectacularly. Within just 3 years, his flagship restaurant earned the ultimate honor, 3 Michelin stars. Achieving 3 stars so quickly was almost unheard of, and it announced Gordon Ramsay as a new superstar in fine dining. This triumph gave him not only prestige, but the confidence and clout to expand. Restaurant Gordon Ramsay still holds those 3 Michelin stars to this day, a testament to its enduring excellence. With success in London, Ramsay's empire began to expand. He started opening restaurants in some of the world's greatest cities: London, New York, Dubai, Tokyo, Vancouver, and more. The growth was explosive. Some of these ventures thrived and earned accolades. Others eventually closed. The restaurant business is tough after all, but the brand kept growing. By establishing restaurants across Europe, North America, Asia, and the Middle East, Ramsay was transforming himself from a star chef into a global restaurateur. Through the 2000s and 2010s, Gordon Ramsay became as much as a CEO as a chef, strategically building a vast network of dining establishments. Today, he owns or licenses nearly 90 restaurants worldwide, ranging from high-end fine dining to burger joints and pubs. His name adorns eateries in Las Vegas casinos, London hotels, Atlantic City boardwalks, even airport terminals. Ramsay proved adept at scaling up his business while maintaining a reputation for quality. The secret is to make sure the business is running to perfection, with or without me, he once said, a philosophy that helped him delegate and uphold standards across dozens of locations. A pivotal moment came in 2019 when Ramsay decided to supercharge his US expansion. He struck a deal with a private equity firm, selling 50% of his North America restaurant business for a hefty investment to fuel growth. The agreement was worth an estimated $25 million up front, with an additional $100 million to open 100 new restaurants in the US over 5 years. This partnership gave Ramsay's empire a massive war chest to conquer the American market. In typical fashion, he set ambitious goals, aiming for 75 to 100 new restaurants by mid-decade. From gastropubs to steakhouses, the Gordon Ramsay brand was multiplying rapidly. Even as the empire grew, Ramsay never lost sight of excellence. He continued to chase Michelin stars at his top restaurants. Over the course of his career, Ramsay's restaurants have been awarded 16 Michelin stars in total, a number achieved by only a handful of chefs in history. As of 2025, he personally holds 7 Michelin stars across 5 restaurants, including the 3 at his flagship. This balance of quality and quantity, scaling up without diluting his brand, is a hallmark of Ramsay's business acumen. Yet, Gordon's ambitions were never confined to the kitchen. As his restaurant empire expanded, he spotted another arena to conquer, one that would skyrocket him to mainstream fame and multiply his fortune many times over. In the early 2000s, Gordon Ramsay's fiery persona leapt from the kitchen to the television screen.
On the fucking pass. Stay here. Next time, you're out. Okay?
It started with documentary shows like Boiling Point that captured his intensity in pursuit of that 3rd Michelin star. Audiences were shocked and fascinated by this tough, blunt chef, and Ramsay sensed an opportunity. Soon, he was starring in hit shows on both sides of the Atlantic, turning his name into a global brand. Hell's Kitchen, Kitchen Nightmares, MasterChef, The F Word, Hotel Hell, the list of Ramsay's television hits kept growing. His natural charisma and colorful outbursts made for addictive TV, but Ramsay wasn't just a hired talent, he was a savvy producer. He co-founded his own production company, named One Potato, Two Potato, to create and co-produce many of his shows, ensuring he took a hefty share of the profits. The result? Ramsay made millions cooking, but tens of millions talking about cooking. At his peak, he has been earning about $225,000 per episode of his shows. With multiple series airing each year, his annual TV income alone is estimated between $45 to $60 million. Television transformed Ramsay from a chef restaurateur into a full-fledged entertainment mogul. It also brought colossal free publicity to his restaurants. Suddenly, diners worldwide wanted to taste a bit of Chef Ramsay's food, even if it meant enduring his scorn on Kitchen Nightmares. The cross-pollination of his media persona and culinary ventures was marketing magic. Ramsay's on-screen success has been truly global. He has hosted shows in the UK and the US, and his series are broadcast in dozens of countries. By the 2010s, he was arguably the most famous chef in the world, known as much for his TV catchphrases as for his Michelin stars. And while some critics thought TV might cheapen his culinary reputation, Ramsay proved them wrong by excelling at both. In 2006, even the Queen of England honored him with an OBE, Order of the British Empire, for his contributions to hospitality, recognition that his influence on food and popular culture was profound. As if running restaurants and TV shows weren't enough, Gordon Ramsay leveraged his fame into numerous other business ventures. He became a one-man brand encompassing all things culinary. Over the years, Ramsay has written over 25 cookbooks, many of which became bestsellers. These range from fine dining recipes to home cooking guides. He also extended his empire into the world of endorsements and products. For example, Ramsay partnered with companies to promote or co-create kitchenware and food products. Deals with brands like Hexclad Cookware, Royal Doulton Tableware, and even partnerships with UK supermarkets have been lucrative. Such endorsement contracts often earn him 7-figure sums annually. Ramsay has also taken his show on the road with live events and experiences. He's done cooking demonstrations on tours, live cook-along shows, food festivals, and exclusive dining events where tickets sell at a premium. These appearances not only bring in money, but further strengthen his personal brand. As one commentator noted, he's not just performing in kitchens, he's performing on stages. By the mid-2020s, Gordon Ramsay's empire spans a diverse portfolio of ventures and income streams. He has a remarkably well-diversified empire, rooted in his passion for food and extending far beyond the doors of any single kitchen. No meteoric rise comes without challenges, and Ramsay's journey had its share of drama and setbacks. The pressure of rapid expansion and the complexity of running a global business led to some turbulent times in his career. Perhaps the most serious crisis hit in 2010 when Gordon discovered that his business partner, who happened to be his own father-in-law, had been embezzling funds from the company. This betrayal led to a very public falling out and a legal battle that nearly derailed Ramsay's company. Restaurants were suddenly under threat, debts mounted, and Gordon's reputation as an entrepreneur was on the line. But true to his tenacious character, Ramsay did not crumble. He took a deep breath and fought back, not in the kitchen this time, but in the boardroom and courtroom. Gordon assumed full control of his business, reorganizing the management after 2010 and effectively naming himself Chief Executive Officer, Chief Financial Officer, and Chief Operating Officer to steer the ship alone. It was an all-in, hands-on-deck effort to stabilize the empire. Ramsay cut ties with those who betrayed him and doubled down on his core principles of hard work and excellence to rebuild trust. In the end, he not only survived the crisis, he emerged even stronger, with total control over his brand's destiny. There were other bumps in the road too. Some of Ramsay's restaurants did not succeed and had to close their doors, resulting in the loss of coveted Michelin stars along the way. Critics sometimes questioned if he was stretching himself too thin. Through it all, Ramsay's response was to learn and keep moving forward. He famously quipped, "I've been on my arse before, but I have a lot of determination, and I'm not weak." In other words, knock him down and he'll come back fiercer than before. Even the famously harsh Michelin guide could not dampen his momentum for long. At one point, Ramsay cried upon losing a Michelin star at a New York restaurant, likening it to losing a girlfriend. But he moved on to new projects and earned new stars elsewhere. As of 2025, he still holds 7 Michelin stars across his restaurants, including the priceless 3 at his flagship. The lesson was clear: setbacks are temporary when your will to win is permanent. Throughout his journey, Ramsay also kept his eye on the horizon. "I don't like looking back. I'm too busy looking for the next cow," he once said, meaning he doesn't cry over spilled milk. He focuses on the next opportunity instead of past mistakes. This forward-looking attitude helped him continually innovate and expand, whether that meant opening a new restaurant concept, launching a new TV show, or adapting to the latest food trends. In fact, in recent years, he's even embraced social media and new platforms, going viral on TikTok in 2025 with cooking advice and jokes that endeared him to a younger generation. Gordon is always on the move, never complacent. Perhaps Ramsay's relentless drive is best captured in his own blunt words: "If I relaxed, if I took my foot off the gas, I would probably die." Even after achieving more than most chefs could ever imagine, Gordon Ramsay simply does not slow down. From a troubled childhood in a modest English town to the bright lights of Las Vegas and Hollywood, Gordon Ramsay's story is the stuff of modern legend. He isn't just a chef, he's a brand, a mogul, and a mentor to a new generation of chefs. He's opened doors for countless others, whether it's the young cooks he takes under his wing, or the home chefs he inspires through his TV shows and books. He was awarded an Order of the British Empire for his contributions, but perhaps his greater honor is the global audience he has gotten excited about food. Today, Ramsay presides over an empire that blends food, fame, and fierce ambition. He's still expanding to new cities and new mediums, still chasing the next big idea. And yes, he's still shouting when a dish isn't up to par. The passion is always there. With $220 million in the bank and businesses spanning the globe, he has every reason to be proud. Yet, he often reminds people that nothing was simply handed to him. The most inspiring takeaway from Gordon Ramsay's journey is his belief in work ethic. For anyone looking to follow in his footsteps, Ramsay's advice is straightforward. Put your head down and work hard. Never wait for things to happen. Make them happen for yourself through your hard graft and not giving up. This mindset carried him from nothing to incredible heights. Gordon Ramsay built a $220 million empire from scratch by combining culinary genius with business savvy, turning setbacks into strengths, and by seizing opportunities beyond the traditional kitchen. His story shows that with passion, perseverance, and a pinch of boldness, it's possible to rise from humble beginnings to the very top of the world. And as Ramsay himself would say, the secret ingredient is never, ever giving up.